And there has been some controversy surrounding this year's Conservative Political Action Conference, where the who's who of the right meet to exchange ideas on policy and strategy. Joining us now from the conference is Matt Schlapp, our friend and the chairman of the American Conservative Union, which runs the event. Matt, you know, it always hasn't been an easy relationship between the president and conservatives, not the case now, but what do you think conservatives want to hear from him this year?
I think that conservatives they're in a fighting mood for sure. They want to take their country back and get the government back on track. But I also think they're in a practical mood. They want to know specifically, what are we going to do on health care? What are we going to do on lowering taxes? What are we going to do to get this economy rolling again? What are we going to do on religious freedom? These are the questions that, and many others, that conservatives want a little more detail on. But first of all, Lauren, just remember, we haven't had a Republican president in their first year come to CPAC since 1981. This is a big moment.
It is a big coup for you, definitely. Now, you disinvited Milo Yiannopoulos. I'm sure you're tired of talking about this, the former
Yes.
Breitbart editor, after a video emerged of him discussing inappropriate sexual content. He typically incites controversy, which is probably why you invited him. But why did you cancel?
I didn't invite him because of controversy. I invited him because oftentimes on campus, conservative voices are quelled, and Milo's voice has been quelled, and a lot of other conservative voices have been quelled, especially in state universities. And so that's why we invited him, to specifically talk about that topic. And we disinvited him because we thought the videos that emerged with him having very inappropriate talk were well over the line, and we thought it was now his job to rehabilitate his image. It wasn't CPAC's job.
The convention, though, isn't just about big speakers. You also run an activism boot camp on everything from Facebook tips to Oppo research. Tell me, what are the most important tools conservative leaders need today?
Well, that's going on as we speak on the other end of the hallway, Lauren. And I think what conservative activists want to know is what will actually make them better activists in their communities. So I think it's partly social media. It's how do you engage elected officials. It's how do you convince your neighbors. The one thing we've realized is that the media, the dominant forces of the mainstream media have been busted open, which is a wonderful thing. And people are watching shows like yours. They're going to the shows that they trust to get their news, and that's a good thing. But people are also listening to their neighbors and their friends a lot more than they are listening to the person reading the news on CBS or ABC. And this is a positive thing, and conservatives can make a real impact just by being knowledgeable, friendly, and asking people to listen to our point of view.
One of the things that we were looking for on your agenda were some talks about faith. What role does faith play in the conservative agenda? We do have a lot of people here at News Nightly who are watching because they're interested in how faith and politics intersect.
Well, since I've been chair of the ACU, we have tried very aggressively to insert the concept that it's God who made each individual and who gave him the rights that each citizen has, right? And this is a theme that flows through actually all of our topics. And we believe that the conservative coalition, yes, it exists. It consists of people who want to see the government get smaller and taxes to be lower. And yes, it exists for people who want to make sure we have a strong national defense. But it also, a very important part of that coalition are people of faith and strong families and strong culture. And we have projects and programs focused on that.
Great.
And I know that our attendees will hear about that throughout all 3 days of the conference.
Well, I will be there tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you. Matt Schlapp, chairman of the American Conservative Union, thank you for joining us. And stay with EWTN News Nightly tomorrow and Friday for CPAC coverage from a Catholic perspective. We'll have reports and interviews both days. We'll also have behind-the-scenes pictures and videos on our Facebook and Twitter pages.